Okay, good people, good people, good people, good people, good people, good people. Yes, welcome to the weekend analysis. And it is another weekend. Actually, we had that now last weekend we didn't had analysis. Now, for those who follow this channel closely, actually we didn't had analysis last week, but at least I wanted us to experience a new way of how we can have trading updates now apart from the weekend analysis, because some people they may be like, we don't know how to utilize the weekend analysis. So I tried to do something different. So I'm sure that there are people who enjoyed the way we did this week. So for those who follow ASAM Forex on Telegram, I'm sure they were able to have updates now through Telegram channel. So I didn't have the video analysis, but I was sharing updates now every day. Now from the 24th of April. So on Monday we had this projection. You see, we had a possible rise and then a fall. So in every projection, now each projection was traded. So here we had some buys now pushing to the upside. Okay, but unfortunately we didn't had trade results now for this one. Now it was not shared, but no problem at all, because we see now price was moving toward the TP and everything went well. Then on Tuesday, we had this on Tuesday. You see a little rise, then a possible fall on Tuesday. So this was traded. You see those sells, and then we had another thing. Now this was on the same day. Now this was on the same day, 25th. And now these were the results. Now these were the results on the same day. And 26th, now the next day, we had a possible fall as well. So now all the explanations are here. So that is the best way now for those who just want to know when are we looking for market, now what do we look for, and now when do we enter. So at least those updates were very clear and they were stated here. What are we looking for, and then when are we going to enter, and where are the possible exits. So now that's how things go. So now in this day we were selling, but the stop loss was too tight, you see. So the stop loss was too tight, so price hit the stop loss. So we had a loss now. This is the first loss of the week. Then we went on, we recovered now the loss on the same day. We recovered the loss on the same day, because when price hit the stop loss and we had a clear picture of the market that now we are about to continue with the sell, that move to the upside was just maybe manipulation in other ways, but the general idea is the stop loss was too tight. So we covered. Now you see the losses were here, then we traded with the profits now. So this 50 USD was the profit of the day. So we kept on the next day, 27th, we had a sell opportunity. So actually these were the explanations on where are we going to look for entries, how are we going to do it. And then these were the results now. Profitably, we traded profitably. And then on the next day, 28th, we had a possible rise. Now this was a Friday, yesterday. Now this was the possible rise, then now followed by a fall. So we had to trade this buy. Actually, that was the idea. So we caught the buy, but actually remember at 3:30 now, 3:30 on a Friday we had news. So now stop loss was tight also. So market hit the stop loss, but then it proceeded to the upside. So if you check the market move, actually later it proceeded to the upside, but we actually try to minimize the losses. That's why you can find that the total loss, none of the losses maybe hit $200. You see, all the losses were 150, 160. Now these were the losses now, 161. Then the other one was just 150. But you can find that the profits, they were big now, 3,000 and the like. So that's how we profit. And now, I mean, that is how we grow in Forex now. That is how we grow in Forex. You just lose, but your losses should be minimum as possible. and then you have to maximize your profit. So that's how the week has gone. So welcome to the weekend analysis. Now I want to do the weekend analysis. I want to provide a projection for the coming week. So basically, I'll break down market in different time frames, like 4 different time frames, but I can go deeper, adding other time frames like the hourly, 30 minutes, and the night. So now starting with the monthly time frame, I can go quickly because on Monday we are going to start a new month. Remember that. On Monday we are opening a new monthly candle. So actually now this month has pushed up, then it is rejecting. So remember we are at the zone. We have a very significant resistance there. So price was rejected there. I can turn on the drawings and wave counts now, you see. So we had those rejections, and I have been talking about this several times. So price was rejected there. So on Monday we'll have a new candle. So I'm just providing an overview. A new candle, possibly it may open with some movement to the upside, and then now this movement is not going to be just a move above the previous swing high in a monthly time frame, but now slightly up and then proceed to the downside. So a general expectation is a May candle is going to close down here. You see, is going to close down here. If it is going to break this level, we'll see this level in lower time frames. That's the general outlook, but it will open with some movement to the upside. Then moving down to weekly time frame. Now in weekly time frame, basically I can talk of those candles at this level here, but we have the triple tops as usual. Now we see the triple tops as we have seen in a monthly time frame. So price was moving toward the level, then it was rejected. Now closing in an indecision way. Now the highest one was on an indecision way. So this indecision actually, now the probable direction of the market after the indecision candle is predicted by the next candle. So you see the next candle is bearish. So actually this means that after the battle between buyers and sellers, now sellers won the battle, you see. So if sellers win the battle, then we can see now what happened next. So the next candle, just buyers tried to push up, but they failed to take it far. So price was rejected down again. So it was closed. Now it closed with the rejection from the upside. So now if this week has closed with the rejection from upside, so we expect that the sellers now, they are still taking control of the market. So what do we expect next week? Now next week we can look forward for continuation of push to the downside. That's the overall in a weekly time frame. We can look for continuation of push by sellers. So next we will be looking for this level to be broken. You see this level to be broken. So if this is going to be broken successfully, now that will be a clear sell. Say, I mean, that's called now. What I can say is just now that will be the clear bearish momentum. You see now the bearish market will begin there. I mean strongly now. If this level is going to be broken, then basically all those things are going to happen based on what I'm predicting, but there are minor deviations, and those deviations they are brought about fundamentals in most cases. But because what I'm doing here is just technical, so fundamentals sometimes they can interfere and do things that are pushing market to the opposite ways. So basically, even our last loss now on Friday, even our last loss on Friday, now this one, was due to fundamentals. Now this one was due to fundamentals. They were manipulated just by few cents now toward the stop loss. But actually market didn't move against the projection. It was just a minimal manipulation. So we must be aware of the fundamentals when we're trading. So next week is a very serious week for high impact news. Now, high impact news are very serious on the coming week. So next week begins on the 1st of May. You see, the 1st of May, we have high impact news. On Tuesday, the same thing. Until Friday, we have the NFP. So we must expect bigger moves now in the coming week due to those fundamentals. And we must be aware of those news hours. either to stay out of the market or to protect our profits. Now remember to protect your profits if you're on a profit, or don't trade if you're not in the market, you see. So then moving down to daily, at least I can talk things on a daily. Now on daily time frame, I can remind you with the bearish engulfing. So market has not successfully moved above the bearish engulfing. So this is still a clear indicator of this bearish engulfing thing holding true with the sell direction. And then other technical analysts, they can see the head and shoulder thing. You see a sort of head and shoulder is being created here. So you can incorporate that. That is another factor of confluence. And also for those who use RSI, yes, they can see now a surfing pattern. We have something called a surfing pattern. You see now we may have RSI moving down here. So candles, they are moving just not too far from the RSI, but they are bouncing to the RSI. So that thing is the surfing pattern. So if you know that, you can incorporate in your factors of confluence. But all in all of them will be suggesting a sell idea. That is all. And then moving down to 4-hour time frame. So quickly, so now in 4-hour time frame, we see a lot of things, but actually some of them, they were previous ideas, and they were holding true throughout the time. So for example, we had this diagonal, it is still holding true. So price is moving down the diagonal. This was an ending diagonal. So basically now we expect the price not to move above this diagonal. Now then the price started with a 5-wave move down, then it has been moving sideways for some weeks now. So this sideways movement is just a sort of triangle. Now it is a sort of triangle, and the triangle has been completed there. So after completion of the triangle, we expect a continuation of price to the downside. So currently, price is completing the 5-wave move to the downside as a beginning of continuation of the trend to the downside. So now what we have to expect is, now market has been moving in a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it is completing the fourth, then finally the fifth down. So maybe let me go to hour. So basically next week, now on Monday, we will be watching price pushing up to those levels of 1996 there, 1998, yeah, around those levels. So from this region, from this region is where now we'll be looking for sells. And those sells may be very powerful because of fundamentals, and it may push that down deeper because of fundamentals. But actually, we have to look for taking sell trades now around certain region there, even though price may continue from this region, may continue pushing down from this region, but it is very rare for price to continue pushing from that region. Basically, we have to still look for price at least hitting certain levels up there, and then continue with the sell idea. So basically that's all with the general market outlook for the coming week from the 1st of May to the 5th of May. So if you have any addition, you can add. If you have anything, a comment, you can write in the comment section. If it is your first time maybe visiting this channel, you can just subscribe. So that is all. That's very basic. Thank you and have a good weekend.